Hi, I'm Paco, and you're watching Bad Bunch of Books. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to if you're new here. Today we're going to be going over some of my favorite Gothic books. I wanted to do a video that was good for the season, and I almost did a top 5, not top 5, but just like a vampire book rec, which I might do a vampire book rec coming up soon. But I was like, I want to do Gothic books, because I love Gothic. So if you know about me, I love atmosphere. If you get me in the right mood, if you get me to visualizing how cold it is, if I'm like shivering and it's 100 degrees outside, but I'm inside, because why would I be outside? Shivering because of your book? Oh, I'm eating it up. That's the main reason I like the Stalking Jack the Ripper series, because that series, atmosphere. Okay, which, I mean, that can kind of be here, but I don't really want to, wouldn't consider those Gothic, but they are also, like, Gothic adjacent. So I have about 5 books. Was not planning on doing 5. I'm always doing 5. I just like it that way. It's easy to talk about those books. But I have 5 books here. One is a completed trilogy. One is a completed duology. One is, I believe, more books are coming out. One is and 2 are standalones. I need more BIPOC Gothic books, because I have 2 out of the 3 are BIPOC, and I know there's a lot out there, and I need to do better at looking at them. I have, like, authors I go to for Gothic, and I mean, I think Alexis Henderson does horror, and I could talk about Year of the Witch. I talked about recently in a video. I believe I talked about that in my Witchy Rec video that I did for Mystic. So I didn't want to talk about it here, but that is also like an honorable mention of one of my favorite Gothic books that I've read. So if you have any more BIPOC Gothic books, please comment down below, which maybe that's a video idea I need to do. But, like a TBR. But here are some of my favorites that I've read. So I'm going to start with The Last Tale of the Flower Bride by Rashi Shashi. This book is about, what is our dude's name? I don't think he has a name, actually. So basically, this is about our main character. He is married to Indigo Maxwell Cantata. She's very beautiful, very mysterious, and like when they got together, she asked, "Don't ask me about my past." And so they've been like being nasty, living their best life, and one day she gets a letter that her like grandmother or her aunt is dying, and so they go to her home, which she has never visited because he told her not to ask about her past, and shit is weird. It's like there is someone's kind of looks like haunting vibes, very like, what the hell is going on? He's going through like some shit. And so it was very like atmospheric. It's a very short book too. If you want a short, like fun, good, creepy, like I think it's under 300 pages. Fairy tale infused Gothic. This is a fairy tale Gothic vibe. So like it's creepy, but I wouldn't classify this as horror. But it was really good. I don't want to get too much into like the plot, because there's a mystery aspect to it, and it's a very, very good. Very enjoyed this. The plot twists were plot twisting, and I really liked it. And I read it for a book club, actually. Made everybody else read it. And I think we all pretty much liked it. So this is a fun Gothic, like, standalone. Next, I mean, I talk about this when I can. I didn't talk about it. I don't think I talked about it in my last Witchy video. I hope I didn't. But La Hacienda by Isabel Cañas. Honestly, anything Isabel Cañas writes, I'm currently reading The Position of Alba Diaz and loving it. But counts for Gothic, her 3 books. But La Hacienda has my heart, one of my favorite books of all time, which I need to reread it soon, because I honestly do consider this one of my favorite books of all time. But this follows Beatrice, and this is right after the Mexican Revolutionary War, and Beatrice's father was killed during the Mexican Revolution, and she is trying to get kind of a better place in life for her and her mother, because she is mixed. Her father was indigenous, and so she's treated poorly by her mother's like wealthier family, and so she marries this guy, and he like takes her to his hacienda, and she is like and he's living with her husband's sister. He goes back to the city because he's like, I got money, I got a wife, I'm gonna go do man things in the city. And so she's starting to get kind of like haunted, and there's weird shit happening. The sister's weird, and she's like, I need to go to help. So I'm gonna go to because what do you do? We're common sense. What do we do if we start hearing spooky shit? We're going to church. So she goes to the Catholic church, and she meets Father Andres. Little do we know, Father Andres is a witch, and he's a brujo, and he's like, I'll help you. And it just goes from there. I love this. This is one, like I said, this is one of my favorite books of all time. The way the witchcraft is done is like chef's kiss to me. And the romance, this is more on the romance side. Oh, so good. Oh, so good. I really need to reread this very soon because, oh, so good. So good. 10 stars. Next, speaking of romance, we have Phantasma. This is about our girl, Ophelia. I don't know what I was going to say, Odile. No, that's one leg. So this is a dark romantasy book, and this is a lot more on the steamy side. This is more on the, like, yearning. This is more on the, like, we're fucking side of things. And I'm going to put this down because this is heavy. But basically, so Ophelia, her mother has just died, so she inherits her mother's necromantic powers. She's a necromancer, and her and her sister are like tasked with taking care of their home. And her sister goes missing, and her sister apparently has entered this contest at Phantasma, and she's all like, that's like with full of devils, and she's like, well, I have to go. It's in this creepy manner, so she goes into the contest looking for her sister, and she meets the strange phantom. He has white hair. He looks so attractive. What's his name? You'd think I would know names. But basically, she meets this guy. He's like, I'll help you. Sexy ghost. And shit happens. And it's dark. It's fantasy. It's fun. Trials. We have trials inspired by each of the 9 levels of hell. Very fun. Even though it's a dark romantasy, but very action-packed. And it is a big chunker of a book, but it reads pretty quick, in my opinion. I enjoyed this. It's, yeah, just really, really fun. If I'm making sense, I'm sorry. If I'm not, I'm sorry. Next book we have One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. If you do not know, Rachel Gillig is one of my favorite authors. Rachel Gillig and Isabel Cañas on this list, 2 of my favorite authors. Rachel Gillig, One Dark Window duology, is about Elizabeth Spindle, who is basically, we got a lot going on. So we are in this is Gothic Forest. So Gothic Forest, Gothic competition, Gothic haunted house with witches, and Gothic mystery. So very different Gothic vibes. But so we're basically, this like kingdom is surrounded by this forest, and if you go into the forest without a totem, you get basically possessed by the forest, and you can get sick and get like magic from it. But this magic is like decaying you. It is making you go crazy. It's not good for you. But not Ophelia, that's the last book. Our girl Elizabeth, she has something with her. She is hearing a voice in her head, and she can tap into this power. Another thing in this world are these magic cards that give you powers based on the card, and it's the only magic that's legal, because all other people that are supposed to be infected are supposed to be like rounded up and so one of her abilities is she is able to see when cards are being used. Like, she can tell if this person has a card being used, like a way that other people can't. And so she's hired to kind of find other cards, and it's really fun. I'm really describing this poorly. I really enjoyed this. It's a really fun duology. I read it, and then I know the princess read it. She did the duology-a-thon, and they read the series, and Princess and her community loved it. So high-key recommend, and you get that recommendation also from there. I'm showing it on there. Okay, next is a favorite of mine. Another favorite of mine. Of course, these are all favorites. And that is Belladonna by Adeline Grace. This is a YA romance on the older scale. This is a romantasy, but this is 18, 19, where Phantasma is 20, 21, 22. So there's a little bit of in here, but it is not to the extreme of Phantasma. So this follows our girl, Signa. Signa has been chased by death all her life. Her parents died when she was a babe at like a party where a bunch of people died. And then every caretaker she has had after has mysteriously died. Also, she can see ghosts and she can't die. So, she's been also like seeing death itself, the presence of death. And she is kind of fed up. So when one day she's very close to like kind of being able to get her inheritance, she, gets a letter and it's like, hey, you're gonna live with your cousins. And she gets there and her cousin is dying. She's being poisoned, and she could tell because she's kind of like learned about poisons from not being able to die. And she's like, I'm gonna fix this because I'm fed up. And it's very good, very fun. Death is a character. Death and the Maiden, one of my favorite tropes. I'm hoping I'm making this sound good because it's very, very good. But yeah, those are some of my favorite Gothic books. If you have any recommendations, let me know. If I had to rank them all, okay, let me do a ranking of these though. Okay, so at 5 is The Last Tale of the Flower Bride. Okay. 4, we will put Phantasma. I think if I'm going to count Belladonna and One Dark Window, I'm considering the whole entirety of the series. Belladonna, then One Dark Window. But if I was doing the standalone or just the single novels, it would be One Dark Window, then Belladonna. But if I'm doing the entire series, I think One Dark Window is a perfect duology. And then, of course, number one to surprise no one is Hacienda, which, again, I need to reread this, and I want to tab it up because, like I said, I need to. And maybe I'll do like a readathon for this. Would people want to read this with me? Like do a reread if they haven't read it yet? I don't know when, but maybe that's something we can do in the future. It is like the end of spooky season, maybe in November. I might read this in November. I need to reread something to bring joy. But yes, those are my favorite Gothic books. What are you guys reading Gothic wise? And comment down below. Let's see, what's a Gothic emoji? Let's do the skull emoji. I can't think of another Gothic emoji, but if you have anything else to say, comment the skull emoji. I post new videos every Friday, and yeah, I will see you guys next time. Bye!